Hello and welcome to episode 31 of our Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 as Tuscany. Last time we gained a little bit more land over here, I'm pretty sure, and I think also Travunia. But really we were just working on building up our army. Oh, that's right. No, we didn't. We fought up in here. Gained Württemberg and Augsburg. Anyway, we gained some land, but mostly we were just building up our army and navy and economy a bit. And now we are in a very good position. And I was talking right at the end of the last episode of basically provoking the coalition against me into war, because it's mostly Egypt and Tunis and Algiers, all of which are kind of weak. So I could take them pretty easily, I think. Oops, not create vessels. It's those three plus Crimea, which is 2 provinces strong, so not really something I should fear. Actually, it looks like Genoa could actually take Crimea without my help. So, actually that seems like a good idea. Let's probably do that. So I was going to say that I've noticed that Ottomans and Hungary have just started a war. So now could also be a good time to attack Ottomans. What's this French army doing here? The French are fighting the Russians. And I kind of think the Ottomans will win this war. I mean, Poland... Where is Poland? Oh, there it is. It's 1 province plus Hungary. It's... Well, it looks like Hungary's losing. So we might stick to our North African ambitions. At least for now. So the question is, who do I declare war on? Ottomans and Morocco. I do not want to fight the Ottomans. Algiers seems like the obvious one. France wants us to come to war against Scandinavia, the Ottomans, Portugal, Russia, Spain, Austria, and all their colonies. Great Britain. That's like fighting everybody, including the Ottomans, and the Ottomans I would actually have to fight. But I don't want to fight any of these people. Well, France, they seem to be doing alright against Russia, but that's probably just because the Russian armies haven't got involved yet. Scandinavia I don't want to fight, they're quite large. Actually, France, I'm going to decline this one. Thinking of being their ally for long enough anyway, and I should start trying to do things a bit differently. So let's try if we can ally with Scandinavia. Nope. Britain? Nope. Actually, why did that say on offer alliance? Hungary? Nope. Oh, one of the Ottomans? Definitely not. Who else is there? Netherlands? Yes. And who are they currently at war with? Scandinavia. And the Portuguese and the Ottomans. But hopefully they won't call me to that. And the Netherlands will be a decent ally, I think. At least they're decently powerful. So anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, Algiers is no allies, they were a good one to attack. Allied with Kilwa. Where's Kilwa? Is that the one way down here? So they're not really going to get involved either way. So yes, let's declare war on Algiers. And we can start by attacking Tunisia. The Algerian army is actually larger, but it's all the way over there. And attacking into Egypt with the other army, and I think these 2 armies will probably be sufficient just to fight these 3. Maybe Maybe we should get one more over here. Transport fleet over here. Oh, cool, Augsburg's part of our patrimony. Is there anything else I can add to it? Yes, let's do Algiers. And yeah, why don't we just go right over here, face off against Algiers. We can no longer claim that Bijaya would be a rightful part of our realm. Oh, we need that. We need to be able to declare war on them. Covert actions. We want to fabricate a claim on... might as well be Bijaya, I suppose. Might as well build some buildings. Yeah, I think we can spend admin points now. Tunisia is the coalition against us. That's kind of bad, because we were about to use that against them. But, well. And armories. Okay, trade depots. Ragusa's good. And I suppose these are in the Tunis trade node, which we also want power in. Do we really want training fields or dry docks? Oh, let's go training fields. There's no real reason why to choose one or the other. Oops, and that's our money gone. Probably shouldn't actually be trying to improve relations in Egypt. But anyway, new trade research is theoretical. Lose 50 diplomatic power or lose 10 prestige. I'm going to lose diplomatic power. Because we just lost all that prestige from not helping France out. I'm surprised Spain's still actually fighting. But well. Anyway, now that Tunisia is not going to be involved in this war, well, I probably don't need all these soldiers. But they're here now, so might as well keep them here. How are we doing with force limit? We're at our limit. Saibo Malsapina has changed his loyalty to front. Oh, it's Cardinal. That really doesn't concern me. Oh, we can invest in other ones, we might as well. Let's go with this guy since he's already ours. Yeah, we can keep him that way. Okay, how far are we away? 51.2 or 53% now, so we're getting close. Yeah, the Ottomans took a fair bit of land of Hungary actually, and this is no longer an enclave. And the French are doing alright against the Ottomans. And the Russians, the Russians. I wonder if Genoa can take that bit of land of Crimea. Is that their capital? So they won't be able to keep it. One of our generals is dead. So let's get another one to replace it. Oh, and he's pretty good. Ah, what are we going to do here? Just technology. I think militaries we were furthest ahead. Barely. Well, let's reduce investment in trade. We're actually ahead on both of those, but we're behind in admin tech because we keep spending all of our points on, well, coring provinces and everything else. I can still invest in some more. Well, let's take this one with Bavaria. And what was I doing? Looking up these generals, making sure they've all got one, basically. Oh, cool, and we can go to war with Algiers now. Why is this army called Constantinople? Whatever. Algiers. None of our allies will come with us, that's okay. They will also Crimea and Egypt. That's cool. And the Egyptian fleet just sunk one of our ships. So obviously our battle fleet, that's right, it's taken up by the Turks, is going to have to go down and deal with these. 11 trade ships, that's got 11 galleys, so that would be their main battle fleet there. And we can convert a province. Constantine. Okay. No, I might stick this army, keep this army together since the Egyptians have a decent sized army themselves. I'm pretty sure I've got the advantage in military technology, only slightly, but still I think it'll be sufficient. Although they've got a lot of cannon there, but I've got way more cavalry. Okay, well hopefully these guys will finish up pretty quick, and then we can send them to Egypt. Noble plot, lose one stability, that sucks. Let's see how well our army does here. Yep, we won. So it's a pretty promising start. Looks like Casablanca will fall pretty quickly. And Libya is not too far off. Alright, revolt risk -2. We don't need to fight for our rights. The plutocratic principles of our government enshrine our rights and protect them. This is something worth standing for and worth cherishing. Excellent. Revolt in Augsburg. It looks like the Bavarians are helping out. But we'll send my army over there just to be safe. Okay, Tangiers is obviously going to take a while. Oh, and here goes another big battle. Again, inflicting heavier casualties on them. This one was a lot less one-sided. But we're still going to win, and now this army can come over and reinforce them. Not the Dutch want to marry us, that's fine. Find the siege of Casablanca. So these troops might as well go into Tangiers and help out there. Although that probably won't last that much longer. Travelling minstrel. Yeah, we want the stability, thank you. Ooh, looks like my army arrived here just in time. Yeah, let's actually just go straight in and attack these Egyptians. I think we can win offensively. We've got a 2,000 soldier advantage. And well, we've got a decent general. Probably better than theirs. Not quite, but at least it'll be close. But we've seen the other army to help out. On the Battle of Gulf of Tobruk, sunk an Egyptian ship. But there's a second one where we sunk 12 more of their ships. And the battle looks like it's won. Battle of Cape Bon. Isn't that like over here somewhere? Huh. There. Who were they fighting? Must have been Algeria, I suppose. Won the siege of Tangiers. So might as well try. Why can't I make separate pieces with these guys? Because they're all in a coalition. Okay, that makes sense. Well, how are you going, Genoa? You've taken that bit of Crimea. So you've done your job. Now the only question left is, what should I take from Egypt? It's Libya, obviously. I'm not going to take Cairo, so there's no point taking, what is this, Dumyat. But Alexandria would be worth a lot to me, just in terms of my trade power. And so maybe I'll just take Libya, Alexandria, Fayum as my share of their country. And over here, well, I can't take Tangiers, so I must. Oh, should I take Casablanca? I'm definitely taking Bajaya. Oh, peace. That will give me Bajaya and Libya. Nope. I definitely want Alexandria out of this. Well, anyway, I should get this army down as well. It's not doing any good there. Whereas it can go and start besieging Fayum. Let's assume they get here in time, which they might not. Oh, they probably would. They can't be that far away. Only half of Africa to walk across now. And they're offering me the exact same deal, which I'm still not taking because it still doesn't include Alexandria. And just, what is the trade power here? 86.3. See, I'm going to want that. Oh no, they made it. And we won the Siege of Alexandria and the Battle of the Bay of Alexandria. You might as well go fight these guys and dog me out. Still not going to give me Alexandria. Won the Siege of Cairo now. Let's just take Kenna. Oh! France offers us an alliance. I know, I'm inclined to say no. Keep dragging me to wars, and I don't think I really need them that much now. Although they have been very useful in, you know, beating the Ottomans for me. But other than the Ottomans, and kind of France itself, and I suppose Russia, and Scandinavia, Britain, there aren't really anybody else I have to be afraid of anywhere in the world. Or maybe China could defeat me, or the Ming. Never actually even go so far as to join the coalition against France if there is one. Oh, they're in a personal union with Scandinavia. That kind of sucks. Nope, there is no coalition against France. So I don't really feel inclined to start one since it'll kind of single me out a bit. Okay, we'll find the Siege of Fayoum. Let's spare no expenses. I assume our inflation's pretty low. I'll double check, but it usually is 0.48 and we just put it up to 0.5, so yep, it's pretty alright. Algiers will give us blah blah blah, Libya, so it's the exact same deal they keep offering us. Let's see if we can't get anything better though. Alexandria, Béjaïa, Fayoum, Casablanca, Libya, Kuban we can take, and Tangiers we can take. But not quite, that's 103%. Oh hey, and we take Kuban for us, not for Genoa. Well, that's interesting. So I could get peace now by giving something back to somebody. Maybe we just don't need Fayoum. Actually, that's still not quite enough. Yeah, let's let the Crimeans keep the Kuban. And just like that, we have gained a lot of land. I really didn't think we'd be able to take all of Algiers. Like, I thought they'd have to at least keep Tangiers. But I'm guessing that means we're going to have overextension problems for a bit now. Ottomans has entered the coalition against us. And there's rebels in Béjaïa, and we're losing one stability. You guys, go to Béjaïa. Oh, get another idea. Is it worth getting? National Forest Class 2, yes, that would be good just now. Because we probably got it pretty high in these newer places. Although it probably would have been better to use it on reducing overextension. That's what essentially you can get military access. The rebels are putting up a fight. That looks like we're going to win. And we should send a diplomat to the Ottomans. Try and get them out of the coalition against us. Let's improve relations here. I still don't particularly want to fight the Ottomans, they're quite powerful. Oh, and how's our trade power in Alexandria? It's gone up to 27%. So that's pretty good. Ottomans are more powerful than us. I suppose it's because they own all of that. Whereas where do we get our power from? You see, it basically all comes from Alexandria, whereas their trade power comes from everything else, I suppose. I know they've got Aleppo. Aleppo's obviously something else that we should grab at some point. And just see if there's anything here that's easy to do. Casablanca, Fayoum and Libya, all nice and easy. And we'll get another bureaucrat. And we'll get these two, because I mean together that's 4% reduction for, well, half the cost of that 4% there. I'm guessing these two provinces were just really poor. Yep, only one base tax each, so they're easy to do, whereas Alexandria with 7 will be kind of expensive. Odd that Casablanca was so cheap though. Doesn't really seem like a place that would be poor. But it is, only 2 base tax. Tangiers has 8. Bijaya has 3, but Tangiers is quite expensive. We've still got to do Iran as well, which is a 6. We might as well get Casablanca. And revolting Alexandria should crush it pretty simply. And yeah, Casablanca might as well. Noble ally with foreign powers. Lose 33 admin points or lose 25 prestige. Hey, we've got our prestige back. Oh yeah, let's lose some of that. Lose the prestige. We need admin points to make these things cause. Although other than Iran and Tangiers, it's not actually that expensive. Wonder why Alexandria is so much cheaper than, say, Iran, even though Alexandria makes us more money. And did we lose the fight against them, or do we just not fight them? Here we go. Free thinking leads away from God. Tolerance for opinion is all well and good, but heretical preachers are risking the souls of their congregations. We can suppress them with little effort, but this would go against our humanist ideals. It's harmless in the long run, or counter the heretical propaganda. Oh, I think we'd actually be fine having reformed people there, because our religious unity is 116%. So yeah, Zeta can become reformed for now. I'll probably convert them back at some point. But until then, like I say, it doesn't really matter. How was my religion doing? Oh, actually, those bits were already Catholic. Actually, was Algiers a Catholic country? Because all the provinces were. So I've only got a few bits of Islam left up here, and then of course the 2 reformed provinces. But otherwise it's all Catholic. Which I suppose is a pretty good place to be in. Disputes affecting governments. Republics are successful when important families are ready to put the Republic's interests on par with their own. Currently, our Republican traditions are under pressure and families putting their own interests ahead of that of the Republic. This is hurting our ability to govern, as well as consensus is hard to achieve, which sucks. But Constantine's now Catholic. We'll just marry the Dutch. And we'll send one... I kind of don't want to send one to Zeta since I've just converted them. So let's go to Biskra. But like I said, I obviously will get Zeta back into the Catholic faith pretty quickly. Can we expand the army and navy a bit? Navy a lot, that'll be thanks to Alexandria. Oh cool, and the Ottomans have left the coalition against us. Which is really nice. 3 more regiments in the army. What could this one use? A bit of cavalry and a few more infantry. Wait, I can only get 3, so 3 it is. Well, there's no reason I can't go over my force limits, because actually I'm not making that much money, so I probably shouldn't. Actually, I probably should be spending the money on France get military access. Things to improve my economy. Cities demand old rights. I am losing the Republican position here, I think. Yeah. My stability is quite low at the moment. And I probably shouldn't be spending admin points, since I will need it for whatchamacallit, making things cause and increasing my stability. So I'll see we'll build a few trade depots to increase our trade power. Tunis trade nodes all good. And well, I suppose canal's the only thing here we can do that would also, well, keep increasing our trade power. Are any of these in the Venice trade node? Yes, so we can build one there and that will get us a lot more power and therefore more money. Right there as well, and we can build one more. But I guess these ones are probably all up in Frankfurt. Frankfurt, Frankfurt, Frankfurt. So, maybe we'll build one down here in Ragusa. Well, not in Ragusa, but in the Ragusa trade node. Because we could probably use more power there. 24%, that's not bad, but we're probably not the best. I know we are the biggest. France is number 2. And where's France getting their power from? Transfers from traders downstream. Okay, but there's a revolt in Biskra, which hopefully will defeat pretty quickly. Fayum and Libya are now considered part of the Tuscan Republic. So we should start pouring other things, like Alexandria, definitely, to get that money. It's an easy win in Biskra. Where's the Frankfurt trade node connect to? Nothing that we have any power in. Like, it will give us a tiny bit more power in Vienna, and then that would give us, well, we'd be able to direct a little bit more trade into Venice. And I think it might also give us a bit more power in Ragusa, maybe. But, okay, that's really not worth it, I don't think. And let's get another general. Egyptian Patriots in Fayum. Oh, a new technology. It is superior ship design. Excellent. Doesn't really get us much of anything, but it'll do. France, no, not allying with you anymore. Recall the diplomat. Where else should we go? Should we try and make... France is already kind of our friend. Should we try and friend? Let's make Britain our friend. There would be someone worth allying with as a counter to France. And they've got a fairly significant colonial empire. I suppose I probably should be building up my trade fleets, because they took some casualties, and here we can build a few more, just a few more ships. I saw Genoa in particular, I think it's down to 7 ships here. So they could do with a few more frigates. Now, of course, we've got no money, and we're losing money. That would be because we just increased our naval maintenance, thanks to getting that new technology. But I figure once, we'll get another bureaucrat again, once Alexandria becomes a core, that will get us a lot more money. Hopefully. And, well, we should probably maybe look at increasing our stability. 231, that's going to take a while. Or see Bajaya probably isn't actually worth it. Like, we'll get a bit more money out of them, but probably not enough to do much to our deficit. Like, revolt risk in Napoli is decreasing. I could just lower the army maintenance since they're not fighting any wars, but we are fighting lots of rebels. And well, we're making lots of money from trade, not as much as we used to, but I suspect our trade efficiencies dropped probably because of our stability, I think. Oh, Crimea's left the coalition against us, that's good. Let's click on Venice. They make 2311, 2632. Doesn't really say. Oh, here we go, trade power minus 8.1%. We're embargoed by France. That sucks, but otherwise it looks all good. And you know that shouldn't be an issue. Only 18.3 because we're embargoed by France and Portugal, and France has a lot of power in there. Should I embargo France? They're not my enemies, so it would hurt my trade power overall. But still, I could reduce their trade power here by quite a bit. It's probably still not worth it. It's not like I'm not making any money there, I'm making $20.26. Anyway, unhappiness amongst the clergy. No, papal influence means nothing to me. But let's marry the French. I might inherit their country. And they might inherit Scandinavia first, and then I'll inherit both. I doubt that will happen, and it's also possible that they could inherit me. Although I think probably being a republic, I'm probably immune to inheritance. All I have to do is just change the guy in charge. And yes, we're taking the stability, and our economy's improved, but I think that happened before we improved our stability. Actually, how are we going on score? I haven't actually looked at this in ages. Currently 8th. Admins were behind, but that kind of makes sense. Score comparison. France is number 1. We are 8. We are 700 behind the Ming, which will be kind of hard to catch up, especially since they're actually pulling away from us. In turn, we're 1,000 ahead of the Netherlands, and we are pulling away from them. Actually, Russia's the only one above us that we're catching up to. Oh well. Suppose I should be trying to improve my stability and overextension and all that anyway, to help out my score. I don't need to boost the stability anymore, so let's make Bajaya a core. Well, no, we'll wait a little bit longer and get Oran. Volt in Bajaya now. Oh, pirate ships. French pirate ships, I think it said. Royal marriage from mates. Let's see if the British would actually go for an alliance with me. I don't think they would. No. Because Great Britain already has great power allies, being Russia. But still, a friend's good to have. How about Hungary? They would be my ally, but we do not have a positive opinion of them. And why don't we? Because they have unlawful territory. I don't care about that, I'm always breaking that rule. But I suppose we'll just have to... Oh, we lost the battle there. It looks like my army was actually wiped out. I really wish I'd have been paying attention now. But anyway, more military technology. And I'll rebuild that army, but I'll rebuild it in Italy. Because I probably don't need to have 90,000 soldiers in North Africa. I thought we got another cardinal. How are we doing here? I've got 1 and 2 in waiting. Revolt in Libya. Okay. And we should have enough to make Iran a core now. Yes. And all the rebels are defeated. Everything's looking alright. So I reckon this is where we're going to have to end this episode. So well, this time we gained a lot more land in North Africa, increased our empire. Especially carrying Alexandria was good because that's massively increased our trade power. And it's about to become a core which will increase our income as well. I mean, that's the main thing I've got to be concerned about now, is that my income's actually kind of low for the kind of size of my fleet and the size of my army. Reconciling differences. Oh, Hungary's opinion increased by 20, that's good. And Austria's, not Austria, Alexandria is now part of our country. So we're getting an extra $3 a year-ish. So that's pretty good, I suppose. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.